Some questions, please. Okay, Sally.
Intersectional feminism is very topical at the minute. I just wondered if you define as an intersectional feminist and how you'd push it forward if you were.
Okay, other questions? Yeah.
How would you, in terms of women within LSE and in societies, how would you deal with the AU?
Injury.
So you're going to have a nice kind of soft question. So just generally, how do you think your past experience has shaped you sufficiently to be able to give a nice the role?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So you've got 2 minutes to answer.
Okay. So I'll give you a brief example.
Do you want the microphone?
Hi, my name is Fathia. I'll give you a quick reason why I want to be your women's officer. So firstly, I don't really know this, but I am a woman obviously, and I'm also an ethnic minority and from a religious minority, so I kind of been attacked by this triple whammy, if you want to say. I want to be the representation of women who haven't been represented or who haven't been able to voice their opinions or their issues in campus because they feel afraid or intimidated by this widespread culture of sexism or this sexist banter that's prevalent in our society. So the question of intersectionality, I personally feel that I'm a great candidate because I am. To tackle that, I'll work with other liberation officers, for example, the anti-racism officer, to tackle the whole issue about race and sexism, but also like LGBT and disability, how that also, like, we're not only faced with one institutional barrier, but there's several things that women are faced with that kind of just hold us back. Also, to make it more inclusive, having a greater representation, so working with societies more, so getting all the societies to work together. Women are, I feel like there's not a society here at the LSE at the moment that actually represents all the women. Like Feminist Society have done an amazing job at saying how, I don't know, like putting women's issues up front, but I just feel like even I personally, when I started at the LSE, I did not want to be a part of the Feminist Society because I didn't believe they were fulfilling what I wanted to address. Also, I'm coming from an independent and neutral start, so I will be taking the outsider's perspective. So I'd love to create a forum for you guys to have all your issues and create a better dialogue with all societies and attack the lad culture that's prevalent with the AU, working with the student union executive.
Thank you and time. Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm G, obviously running for Women's Officer. And so first, why am I qualified? That was your question, isn't it? So pretty much wanted to run for this position since my second week at LSE. And so everything I've been doing since then, whether it's been heading up a society, spending a lot of time in the Dean's office trying to raise awareness of gender issues on campus and also trying to support the work of the present Women's Officer, I've been trying to prepare myself for possibly running for election. And I think when it comes to dealing with intersectionality, which you brought up, Sally, I think it's really brilliant. This is becoming a word that people are more familiar with. I don't know if everyone in the room is familiar with it. It's basically, where religion, caste, race intersects with being a woman and how your experience is different. And I think it's great that it's becoming a word people associate with, and I want to work with national groups, societies at LSE, cultural, faith, LGBT community, to make sure that all those voices are heard, because Women's Officer are representing all women. And it can't just be about my experience or what I understand. It needs to be about making sure that all women's voices are heard. And when it comes to dealing with the AU, I've been part of the AU, and I think there are some hugely positive things that come out of it. And what you do hear about outside of it is the negative stuff. And I think there's a great motivation behind the people who are at the leadership to stamp out that culture, to deal with the minority, to make sure that doesn't affect the reputation of the majority. Someone mentioned earlier that in GB 100 it's 17 white males in the course. That's got to change. There are so many fantastic things here that women do. And I hope that I can be the candidate who listens to that and promotes that and uses my position as Women's Officer to give voices to all the rest of the people. Thanks very much, and please vote for me for Women's Officer.